Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Total Retail Talks. I'm Joe Keenan, Editor-in-Chief of Total Retail. I'm joined on today's episode by Keenan Davis, who is the Senior Director of Marketing at SVS. And Keenan and I will be discussing a little bit about SVS and its use of 3D and AR technology on its website and how that's improving the customer experience and leading to business benefits such as a reduction in product returns and increased conversion rates, among other things. So I want to thank Keenan for joining us and welcome him to the show.
I appreciate it, Joe. I'm happy to be here. Excited to have this conversation.
So to get us started, can you give us a brief overview of SVS for those that might not yet be familiar with the company?
Absolutely. So SVS is one of the leaders in the space when it comes to home audio. We produce a number of speaker and subwoofer and audio accessory products, basically all around to create a more immersive experience when it comes to things that you listen to, music, movies, sports, video gaming. And we try to have a culture at our company that's very inclusive. So we don't want to be like the elitist brand where you're spending tens of thousands of dollars to have an amazing audio experience. Try to make it accessible to as many people as possible, understanding that people of all walks of life love entertainment and should be able to experience good sound when they're enjoying it.
And then I wanted to follow up with the same question, really, though, about your personal background and a little bit about your professional background. Can you tell our audience a little bit about how you ended up at SVS, Keenan?
Absolutely. So I went to school for entrepreneurship and marketing, which led me into digital marketing. Started my own digital marketing company right out of school. Ran that for 9 years before going over to the New York Times, Turtle Beach, is in the video game headset space. So that was my first introduction to audio. And then leaving Turtle Beach, I went over to SVS. So I've been in the home audio space for about 12 years now, and always focused on digital marketing and e-commerce, and just has always been fascinated by leveraging technology to bring better audio experiences to people.
So as I alluded to in the introduction, I want to talk a little bit about how SVS is leveraging 3D and AR technology. So to get that piece of the conversation started, tell us a little bit about kind of the background and why your company decided to invest in this 3D and AR technology.
Yeah, sure. So the 2 points that you brought up were the two driving reasons as far as why we got into it. On the more operational, boring side, it's that thing about reducing returns. The fact of the matter is we produce subwoofers that can be 4 feet tall, can weigh well over 50 pounds. And when you're putting a giant black box in the middle of your living room, not expecting it to impact home decor as much as it actually may, you'll just get a return simply for the fact that while I love the product itself, it just has too much impact on the look and feel of my living space. So by leveraging AR technology and the ability to use your cell phone's camera and put a virtual product in your living room, put it next to the TV, throw it in the corner, get a real feel for what it would look like, that immediately removes that home decor impact. Unexpected negative impact, because you'll already know what you're signing up for. On the other side of it, it actually comes into we're in a day and age where people really love technology, really love the ability to play around with things. So if I can take this subwoofer, put it in my home virtually, of course, and spin it around in a circle, see it from all angles, start to imagine what it's going to look like in my living room. No, I don't love it there. Let me put it in my family room. No, I don't love it there. I'll put it in the den, and really start to play with these items before you even actually own them. It then heightens your excitement level for owning the product. That aspect increases conversion rate. So the combination of increasing conversion rate, because you've just basically increased the excitement for people who are about to make a purchase, as well as reducing returns from the back end after they already have the purchase, because again, they know what they're signing up for. It just became a win-win for us.
And I imagine SVS's product line, more of a home decor. Obviously the audio speaker systems become a piece of home decor, really. Lends itself to this usage of 3D and AR technology. Tell us a little bit about. I didn't mention that you're working with Vertebrae for the 3D and AR technology. Tell us a little bit about why it was the right partner for SVS.
So Vertebrae in particular, they're just cutting edge with some of the stuff that they were doing, and they were one of the real pioneers in the space. We were actually, I'm fairly confident that we were the first home audio brand that they worked with. So the idea that we could help them learn about the space, they could help us learn how to leverage this type of technology, that aspect in itself was really exciting. But what Vertebrae does is they allow you to first create 3D renders of your products, and creating that 3D render of the product. We have some some speakers, for example, tower speakers. Those are the ones that are typically floor standing. They can be, again, 4 feet, 5 feet tall, depending on the size of the speaker that you wound up selecting for your home. They're not perfect squares, they're not perfect rectangles. Some of them have some diagonal aspects to the side of them, some beveling and such. So having a 3D aspect where you can literally pick up that product, turn it around, and really start to appreciate the shape of the product, and then place it in your home so you can get a real feel for the impact on the decor becomes super exciting. And then obviously the subwoofers, those are going to be more square boxes, but they really, really vary in size. We have a product called a 3000 micro that's literally doesn't even come up to your knee. And then we have some larger subwoofers that have a digital display that come up as high as your waist. So it could be a real disparity in size. So that's something, again, definitely that you want to put in your home, see how it's going to impact. Should it be next to the coffee table? Should it be right under the TV? Should it be in the corner of the room? Those types of having that versatility to play with where the product is going to be placed becomes hugely important in selling it.
Can you talk a little bit about the customer experience? So say I'm going to be, a visitor to SVS's website, and tell us a little bit about, one, how you're prompting visitors to use the 3D and AR technology, where that prompting is happening. Is it just on the product detail page, or maybe other places on the site? Tell us a little bit about the experience for the SVS website visitor.
So we fully embrace this technology, knowing that we were not only one of not only the first audio brand to work with Vertebrae, but also the pioneers in our entire home audio space. We wanted to fully embrace it and promote it as much as possible. So we've done posts on social. We've included in our monthly newsletters. We even had a slider on our homepage. Yes, it is obviously on every single product page as well. If you look at any of our product pages, and by the way, the website is svsound.com. Go on svsound.com, navigate to any product. You will see under the multiple product images, there's a button that says view in your space. And it's at that moment you can click on the button. It's going to prompt you to pick up your cell phone if you're not already on. Go through the 2 steps that'll allow you to start leveraging the AR technology in your home. But for us, it was very important to make talked about this new technology as much as channel that was available.
So, Keenan, maybe you can talk a little bit about how your customers are currently using the 3D and AR technology on your website. What are you hearing in terms of use cases from your customers?
So I'm hearing 2 main use cases for using the AR technology on our site. The first is when it comes down to comparison of products. Our products, we have a number of different series, 1000 being on the smaller side, going 2000, 3000, 4000. And as you move up in the product line, the size increases as well. With the 1000 being smaller, it's going to have a smaller impact on home decor. And obviously, as you go larger, it'll have a larger and larger imprint in your living space. So by doing a comparison of putting different products in your space, you can then see which is the right look and feel for you. The second aspect of it comes to the fact that our products have different features. We have a shiny black gloss finish. We have a black ash, which is a little bit more of a muted. And we also have different colors. You can choose between black, you can choose between white. So in the AR tool, we feature the black shiny gloss and you can put that in your room, see if it works. If it works, perfect. But if not, you may then realize that you might need the black ash, which is a little bit more muted, or you might prefer to go with the white color. So it allows you to really get a good grasp of how this is going to overall impact room decor.
So I alluded to the two primary business benefits of decreased product returns and increased conversion rate. Tell us a little bit about one, I think maybe the timeline that you rolled out this technology and the impact it's had on the business. Talk about those business benefits and really talk a little bit about the measurement process for, I'm imagining you're comparing visitors to the site that engage with the 3D tool and use it and what they're converting at and what their rate of product returns versus those that are going to the site and not using the tool. I guess would provide a good baseline. Tell us a little bit about business benefits and what you've seen and how you're measuring that.
Absolutely. So on the rate of returns, we definitely see that people who've engaged with the tool just have a lower rate of return. I can't get into the specific numbers on it, but it is a notable increase in double digits. I hope that provides enough color. Also, when it comes to conversion rate, it's a substantial increase in conversion rate for people who leverage the tool versus people who do not. So that aspect of things is perfect for us as well. There's also some other KPI that we look at, which are the behavior metrics, the standard ones, time spent on site, pages per visit, bounce rate. All of those increase in the double digits if there's somebody who's interacted with the AR tool. So literally across the board for us, there's been positive attributes to those who interact with the AR technology.
Given that and some of the effectiveness that you've seen with the AR technology that you've rolled out, what are you doing at SVS to try and get even more online visitors to try it? So, essentially, how are you promoting the service and the technology that's available? You're doing it on your site, maybe through some marketing campaigns and talking about it, things like this. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing to get the word out and get more people to try the AR technology when they get to this SVS website.
Yeah, so now we're at the point where, since we've already make sure we have a healthy rotation of it on social media, including our newsletters and promote on the product pages and the homepage, we now want to build it into other aspects of the site. For example, we have a tool called the System Builder, which allows you to select through multiple speakers if you want to build like a 5.1, which is 5 speakers and 1 subwoofer, a 5.1 surround system. So we want to work with Vertebrae, get the AR tool implemented in that. So as people are starting to build out their own system, do I want 5 small satellite speakers? Do I want 1 center channel, but 2 larger floor standing speakers in the front and 2 small satellite speakers in the back? And as you start to play with all those varying options of speakers, leveraging AI to really put it around your room becomes super appealing and super cool. So that's one of the things that we're trying to do. Another thing that we're trying to do is that we have another tool called our subwoofer matching tool. And with our subwoofer matching tool, any pair of speakers that you already own from anybody else's brand, it's called timbre matching, which basically lets our technology play well with others in the sandbox. So you tell us that you have speakers from brand X, we will give you the best option of SVS subwoofer that's going to work with you. And at that point, we want to add the AR technology, because the next step for us would be, you have speakers from brand X. What is that going to look like with an SVS subwoofer sitting next to it? And so taking it to that level, allow people to visualize, again, what this will do for their home decor becomes really crucial in trying to sell it to them. So for us, it's just expanding all the places that we can promote this 3D and AR technology.
And then finally, Keenan, maybe you could talk a little bit. You've seen this positive impact to the business through current usage of 3D and AR technology. How are you thinking about ways that you can improve current usage? What can be done to optimize the experience even further for your customers?
So I mentioned earlier that we have different finishes, we have different colors, but we're not currently offering those options within the AR tool. That aspect of allowing people to play with the different finish options, play with the different color options in the AR tool. So it doesn't become a process of elimination, but you can actively select the different options available to you and then really see. That's another step that we would love to get to in the coming months, and hopefully by the end of this year. So again, just really trying to build out the experience as much as possible, so your virtual interaction with SVS products is going to set you up perfectly for what it's going to be when you get them in physical in real life.
Great. Well, I want to take the opportunity to thank Keenan Davis, who is the Senior Director of Marketing at SVS, for joining us on today's episode of Total Retail Talks and kind of discussing a little bit about how his company is using 3D and AR technology to improve the online customer experience for its shoppers. So thanks for joining me today, Keenan.
Joe, thank you. This has been fantastic. And I invite everybody to check us out at svsound.com, experience how we've implemented the technology, see it for yourselves, and really get a good feel for it. Joe, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at mytotalretail.com/podcasts for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review this podcast. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Total Retail Talks.